Ah, yes. Hello, welcome to Legion TD. We've picked /PP, which is the mode. You choose 2 tier 1s, 2 tier 2s, and so forth. Only one can stay. Water elementals are very good. Take the peasant for the curiosity. Oh boy, maybe the dwarf monk, but if you get a dwarf monk, you have to make them at the start, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that. And I guess the sentry. There we go. Whew. That's a bit of a hectic start. Let's get ourselves a wisp. And we'll start off with the water elementals because they're very good at killing the first few levels. This is an auto battler / tower defense, depending on how you want to look at it. You place down buildings. So these are Aqua Spirit buildings, and what will happen is when the level starts in a minute, mobs will spawn here, they'll come down, and your mobs will stand up and then move towards them and fight. So they're not strictly towers in the sense of buildings. What's going on? What's happening here? Hot's causing trouble. What are you doing, Hot? Oh, thank you very much there, Donna, for the sub. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Right.
Remake number 8. This time it will work out.
Oh, I'm sure it will. So, do we greed our way for 4 wisps? Probably not. Probably not. Because as much as I want to do it, if it doesn't work, it's going to be brutal. You need to strike a balance of value versus lumber. So what lumber is that's when you're putting wisps onto these trees, which will gather lumber over time, and that lumber is then spent on units that you then use to attack your opponents with. So for example, if I click this a bunch of times, then the militia would spawn in one of the enemy's lanes and attack them for that next lane, for that next round. Or you can use it to upgrade your king, because if your king falls, then you die. So you have to choose the balance between defending your king or trying to take down the enemy king. Water elementals were easily more than enough for this first level. The debate whether we go for that lumberjack or commit to more water elementals, because next level could be nasty. Sometimes they do ascend on level 2, depending on what units they've got. So you might end up getting more than you're banking for. And water elementals are good, but they're also squishy. They're vulnerable. So I'm not sure if I'm going to commit to that one, actually. I'm not taking chances. I'm playing it safe. Can you believe it? Rare footage of me taking it somewhat safe, at least. I will still be greedy as best as I can. So yes, your lumber is effectively your income, because what will happen is you send this off and it will give you income, or you upgrade the king and that will give you income, which at the end of each turn you'll get that money in your coffers that can go towards putting down more towers, which will help with your value. But if you don't build enough value and you leak, then you lose the gold that you would get from killing the mobs. So you gotta weigh it and see which one works best for you. I'm a professional Legion TD player. The YouTube comments will let you know that. They didn't do Ascend, but I was skeptical that maybe that would happen. At this point, I may as well just go real hard on the Aqua Spirit or Goblin Alchemist. He could tank. They have normal attack, so that wouldn't affect his light armor. So if I get enough for a Goblin Alchemist, you could use him to tank a little bit on level 3, and then we can transition him into a Shredder for level 5. Because it would be good to have some tanks, ideally, because level 7 onwards, particularly 7, it's going to be nasty. I didn't do Ascend, but then I didn't have 200 for the Blood Orc, so that's okay. We do the Blood Orc now. We won't have enough for our Goblin Alchemist. Got 10 income for that Blood Orc. Schmookly, thank you very much there for the sub with the Prime Gaming. So I'm streaming this over at twitch.tv/witty, where you can also check me out. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Maybe you saw the Warcraft Reforged 4 years later video. I'm in a bit of a pickle here. Might get a Necromancer, because I don't I don't want to put down too many water elementals. I don't want to go down that trap.
Here's to the professional limited player.
Hey, Lolly, thank you very much there for the sub. Thank you indeed. I'm going to hope that we can get past this level. They didn't do a sim, did they, right? That was definitely a gamble on my part. But I didn't want to get too overly committed on water elementals. I really didn't want that. Looks like we're going to get away with this. No one's going to leak, as far as I can see. At least on our team. So that means that we're not going to have to worry about getting any extra gold. So if I do this wisp, will I get enough? Info free. You're going to get 13 gold, so 159, 169. I would still need 11 gold to access the alchemist. So I can't send any units to get that. These aren't going to make it to the king. They got a slow burner turn. But maybe not. Maybe not. Don't take that. Necrolite, I'm 1 gold short on. This will happen a lot in Legion TD. 169 gold, nice. Necrolite is 170 gold, so we can't do that. I'm thinking that I'm leaning towards a century. Maybe 2. Thank you, Donna, for the sub. Ideally 1 century, and then also upgrade that. I think that's what we're doing. Unless I just do another Necrolite. Because... Ooh. Yes. I could have gone either way, honestly. But I'm going to get one of them as a ghost, and the other one could be a Necrolite or something. With the water elementals to tank, in quotation marks, these little guys can hopefully pick these off as quickly as possible before they get overwhelmed. Take down the pigs. The pigs. Looks like we got some quick DPS on our side. I'm a bit worried about Nick going with these rats. Bloody memeing over here. Please stop memeing too much. Ah! We got 180 gold. Okay. Team Friendship has got away with too much. And it's time to take them down. But it's not always easy taking down Team Friendship when you have people actively working against you. Ah, this is a different version. This is a beta version. Some updates have been made to this map. Nothing too worrisome. But I can't downvote a player by clicking on their building. Which is what I was going to do. Let's see how the rats do. Oh, they did ascend. Oh, gosh. Well, you might be in trouble then. I might be in trouble. That Bloodwalk's going to tear through my water elementals. And he's not getting touched at all. That was a bit of funny micro from the Bloodwalk there, though. Oh, good. He's hitting the Necromancer. That might buy just enough time for the rest to do what it's going to do. Now he's going for that, which I need, to be honest. Ah, I'm not going to finish this now because he picked that off. Yeah, that Bloodwalk got away with a bit of moider on my side. But that could have been worse. It could have been this. 34 leak. Good job. Well done. Definitely doing a great job. I'm going to have to start hiring people to play this map and be on my team or something. Alright, we shouldn't lose a king life here, I wouldn't have thought, but having said that, that Wisp needs to hurry up and finish so I can upgrade the king. Maybe too late. Immolation doesn't affect them anyway. Yeah, we're going to lose 1 life, no matter what. There's no way you're going to get away with not losing a life. That's too much to leak. Well, we're just going to have to hit them hard on level 7 then. That's payback. They're probably trying to abuse a high push, which is what they've been doing recently. I tried Fred, but it wouldn't let me. Immolation doesn't seem to work against Hawks. Not sure if it's supposed to, because I honestly can't remember, but it ain't. But at least we got Immolation. This is slightly nerfed though, Immolation, as it should be, because it's still the strongest spell. Shockwave is terrible. Just hope you don't get Shockwave. At least we got a fairly good push from what I can see, but I imagine the enemy's got something very similar as well. So it doesn't make too much difference. They will get quite a bit of gold at the end of this, because all the kills you do here, part of that gold goes over to the enemy team as well. 111. I would imagine I'm okay on level 6. Not too worried about it. If I don't spend my money now, I can almost definitely get a Goblin Blaster and maybe get a Necrolite as well for 7. That would be insane. If I don't spend my money. If I do spend my money, it would be something like on just an extra sentry. But I'm going to assume that I don't need to, or I'll get away with not doing it. Oh look, Nick built something other than rats after leaking goodness knows how many. Might be learning his lesson, but it might be a bit late. Legion TD is quite a punishing map. You don't have too many ways to come back into the game once you start getting screwed over with leaks. Right, we got past the first bit. I'd say this looks okay. The Monka S, they get extra health. Oh yeah, we're doing send, of course, yes. I think Nick's gonna leak, to be honest. Unless these rats can carry this. If you like Tower Survivors, Nick's the guy that made it, so maybe you should put some rats in Tower Survivors as well. Maybe it's a tactical leak so we can send more. I might do a sentry on top of it. I like to do some trash, but I think you got 100 gold. Nah, I don't have it. We've already got Witch Doctor's sent. Let's do that. Right, 340 gold. So, I don't think I've got enough. No. 120 gold. You could sell one Water Elemental and put down another Necromancer. Or you can sell 2 Water Elementals and then put down a Necrolite. What do you think? I think selling one for another Necromancer wasn't bad. I have to make that decision though, either way. What do you mean selling? Well, they're kind of not... I mean, they are somewhat useful for level 8, but I think level 7 is... Well, now you're throwing me for a loop. I made the decision. It's done. Ideally, I wouldn't have had to do that, but I've made the choice. Sentry is a possibility, but... I don't want to leak. I want to do the best I possibly can. I want to be very best. Looks like I'm just about going to make it as well. That was nasty. They got through to my Necrolite at the back. They got a leak on their side, which is good. Speaking of a leak, get your pings out in chat for Nick. Time to push. Oh, it's time to punish them. Have they got Fawn Mail? Stomp. No, Shockwave! They got Shockwave! Yay. They've upgraded the King a ton. I think they do this to get like high income and stuff. But of course, they're not sending anything to us, which would make us leak. So they're on the defensive. They've been getting income from upgrading the king so much with 1411. But it still comes at a cost, because we're able to then send so many units to them. So they're making that balanced choice. We'll have to send again on 10 to keep the pressure on. But we know that the king is upgraded, so do we bother to send on 10? I think you can still do it, just because it puts the pressure and stops them from getting the kill on the level 10 anyway. So, how many lives have they lost? 2? Yes, you got 4. Kind of got 5, because he goes down to 0 and then you still got the life that you have left over there. We'll see how we go. They're gonna mitigate and hold off now. But if they got... we got a pretty good push though. There we go. King finishing it off. We should get some extra gold at the end of that. So this is our payback. 195 gold. We could actually have sent a commander there, to be honest. That would have put loads of pressure. Yeah, should have. You can apply more pressure, so send in the commander. Ideally you do that before the next round, so you get the income. But I'm going to do another Goblin Alchemist and get that upgraded for level 10 as well. We just want loads of those. So these are our tanks. These are just good for the early game. Plus level 8. And these are just awesome. Sort of piercing, fast attack damage. Level 8 could be a slight problem for me, because I've obviously got Goblin Blaster and heavy armor takes extra damage from magic. There goes the Kodos. They're going to buff up the enemies that are sent along. In a way, they're our allies. They're these guys. And they'll have extra damage now because of those Kodos. I mean, at least the Shredder hits hard. And he's doing it consistently. Most melee characters run around like a headless chicken, but he's just standing there hitting off, so you know he's getting his attacks through. I think it looks like I might leak here, and by might I mean yes, I'm going to leak. By how much though? Hey, that's not bad, to be honest. I still managed to squeeze out a couple of extra characters. I'll take it. That's a tactical leak on my side now. There you go, Nick. It's time for you to take your true pirate and kill these. If there's any leaks that get through, there's a bounty to be had. And a pirate likes a bounty, unless it's on his head. So if you get the last hit on these, you get a bit of extra gold, which really helps towards putting extra value down and surviving. I wanted to leak, Nick, because if you notice, I've got 7 free on my push on lumber, which means I'm getting very good lumber now. And the longer the level takes, the more lumber you get. So that was a tactical decision. Level 9, I can probably get away with not building anything. I'm not sure on that. But the reason why I say that is because I want as much gold as possible for a Goblin Blaster and maybe another Necrolite for level 10. So I absolutely decimate level 10. And then I can get a Ghost. So if we do the calculation, info 9, 251, that's basically 200, 400 gold. So 400 gold, 220 on that, and then 170 gold on that. So you know you probably got about 15 gold to play with. Well, to be fair, you got like 40 gold because of the income, 40 to 50 gold. I could put down an Aqua Spirit, but again, like I say, don't need it. We'll get through this level. It's got Dark Priest now. Wait. Burgle? Spiders? What can we send? Takes 45% less damage from range attack. I know one of them is going to have a Hydra. Maybe just the spiders then. Spiders always good. Jumping spiders. If they're doing their job properly, they'll jump towards the enemy line. I'm tempted to send a Pudge, to be honest. 10% lifesteal on those big boys would be hilarious. That's if the Pudge doesn't get himself killed. Yeah, what do you think? Should we send Pudge? Anyone familiar with Pudge? I think we should send Pudge. Pudge is on his way. And I can do like a witch doctor or something to also give some additional healing. You can see the effects that they have. Plus 3 health per second bonus to nearby allies. So this should be fun. Oh, it'll be fun. For you. Okay, 80 gold left over. If we really want to, we can put down a sentry. I don't really want a sentry. But we'll put it down. Because it will do some good damage for level 10 and maybe I'll upgrade it later. The main bulk of my army is going to be Goblin Alchemists upgraded. Guardian of Death isn't really that good. Peasant is good in early game, tier 1, but I also had Aqua Spirit, so that trumped it. Spirit Sentry is always just generally good, but Necromancer, Necrolytes, very fast, attacking, pierce and damage, always good. And then they can get Ghosts, which degenerates enemy health over time. Don't need to do the farm just yet. Oh, it's not too much. I might be able to kill all 3 of these, depending on how we go, especially with the Necrolytes. Off to a good start. Bad boy is microing up to the top there, wasting time. Looks like we're moving over. Oh no, hang on. Are we slowing down our damage on the middle one? Are you doing that thing where you're changing what your targets? Yes, you are. Come on, finish him off. They like to do this on level 10. It's very frustrating. Luckily, I am going to get to finish all of those. And they're 51 gold each, so you don't really want to leak them. I can't believe Nick actually killed that. He is the rat god. I can't believe he got away with that. That is impressive. I mean...
Research complete.
Is it though, Nick? Is it? I've even got 50 gold left over. I do like rats. They're quite cute, to be honest. Hydra's survived. You can see what they had left over on their team, so you can get an idea as to who's suffering. That's 200 gold now that they're not going to get. And then that's going to go partly over to us when the king kills it. We could always just upgrade our king now if we wanted to be super safe, because they've done a bunch of upgrades on their king, so you know you got that. Then you'll get an income, so I'm leaning towards that, but I guess we're probably just going to end up stashing all of that lumber for a big cent later on. K-Leo. Thank you very much. Oh, they do have a mighty push though.
Hi, YouTube.
They have a 7-3, 7-5, 7-4, so they're ahead of us on the push. Ideally, we don't lose this arena then, so I'm tempted to send a commander or something. I can get the income on that. How much lumber you guys got? Oh, you got way less lumber, so I can send... Although, Nick's got loads of lumber. Nick, you got to start sending that lumber out, mate. That was definitely an opportunity to do it. I don't know how he's got 700 lumber left over. That's it. Get body blocked, Mr. Kodo. Stay back. So we're top versus their bottom. Chichos' value isn't so high, so we should do quite well here. He's got crazy greed though on their push. Team Friendship's greed is getting out of control. I'm going to go for 7-6 when I can get it. There's another 100 gold in the coffers. That's enough to get this ticking. 7-6 will be mine. Feeling fine. Soap's got good score. Big value. Says hot.
My bidding, that's a given.
It's about time someone took Team Friendship down.
Research complete.
I am
Guide
prepared.
me.
There's some random panda over here. Samwise Didier would be happy with that.
Out with it.
I love watching these goblin blasters go. So sturdy. But I clearly need more frontline because they keep sneaking around and killing my backline. So the priority obviously has to be two more goblin blasters. At least. When I can afford it. As the game progresses. Maybe even another one on top of that. I've got to get a Ghost as well, but I think Ghost more level 15 plus. Maybe 13, but we'll see.
That's a given. No one shall be the wiser.
My 7/7 itches are scratching, but I don't want to lose the team friendship.
Thy bidding.
So I'm not gonna cave in.
I am prepared.
In come the clockwork goblins. Ta-da! Okay, so more alchemists. 3 gold short of the upgrade, but that's okay. Kind of. It's not great because these are piercing damage level 12. Maybe sell a water elemental. Putting 2 light armors is going to be brutal. I wonder if I could still clear level 12 anyway, just with these.
I am prepared.
Upgrade the sentry.
There's no time to rest.
Yeah, let's do that, because level 13 is coming up afterwards anyway.
Out with it.
So we can use the sentry for level 13 too. No, piercing damage is 12. Good enough. I think Nick is starting to struggle, although Meridian is taking no prisoners. His rat strategy has come at a cost. They're trying to go for some tactical leak business. I think they're going to want to send at some point. It might even be full team, which is going to be a nuisance. But I think that's what they're probably trying to do. Because if you upgraded the king all this time, you'd have more income. If they're going to send first, you have to upgrade the king to defend. Having lots of goblin blasters, though, is going to be great for full team. Not so good for 16, though. So I don't want to get too carried away with that.
Job's done.
I don't really have a super good one.
The dead shall
To be fair, Necrolytes are great for 16. Don't have anything super good for 17 other than just
What does the shadow
general damage and survivability. But I'm not sure if we get to 17.
Thy bidding.
We'll see. Oh, they did a send on 13. I wasn't expecting that. Well, at least I spent my money. I wouldn't say I'm super good on 13, but I don't think I'm terrible. I think I'm just middle of the road. Blasters aren't great, but fire archers and necrolytes are good. I'll clear most of this, or at least the critters that I can. I don't know, that's going to be a fair leak. Looks like we're going to have to upgrade the king, boys. They forced our hand, but will they have the damage to kill us? That's the question. At least Nick's got a lot of lumber, I know that much. Go, Nick. Upgrade that king. Sorry, I got a bit carried away. There you go, there's one more for you. So they forced our hand in going defensive, which means we might not be able to send until like 17. Pick off the loose mobs when you see them. You need to kill these corruptors at the back, because they reduce your armor. So clear those. I'll get rid of that tree. Honestly, I don't know exactly how much that's contributing, but got some mean trees at the moment. We're down to 2 lives. Down to 1. Well, we got 1 more life after this when this falls. Can we survive the next hit? I'm gonna lose that 1 last life. Right, that should be all the trash out of the way. So it's just a case of clearing up the quarrels, the snacks. That took a lot of lives off us, that's for sure. Good king control is very important to survive. As you can see, it's quite close, so you have to hit the right targets. So we just need to survive 17. 17 will be the next time they could send. I don't think they can send before that. So really, you can probably just re-roll now. Although, to be fair, you're going to want a ghost, no matter what you do. Because a ghost depreciates the enemy's armor, or their health over time. But you're probably looking for like siege and stuff like that. So ghost, heartstopper ability. I don't think there's anything else I want from this, so I'll re-roll now. We have frigates, which are pretty darn goosh. You could get the overseers. Nah. The overseers give lifesteal, but they're not. It's not the best aura. You have to get a couple of them and upgrade one of them. And there's only 4 blasters. I think I've got more as much ranged. Oh, they did another sun. That's really cheeky. Will the Rat King survive? It's up to the Meridian. They're really trying to push it. Hey, Grinchy. 1 Overseer is worth? Yeah, maybe 1 for 130 gold. The Rat King did not survive this day. I'll go forward to kill the Rat King's murderers. I'll avenge the Rat King. My son, the day you were born, I knew your name would be Arthas. The forests whispered. I've got to be a bit concerned, really, because he's like talking about trees talking to him. He's like openly admitting that trees were talking to him. What is this, Lord of the Rings? I'll get you 1. I think the pirate battleship is definitely worth the upgrade, but I'm a bit worried about it pulling units back, but it's the way to go. So that was a really good reroll, by the way. The more you reroll, the more it's going to cost you, so ideally you get a good reroll early on. Phantom, it's alright. If you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm almost so close to 100k subs, it's crazy. Another 5 years, maybe. But yeah, speaking of which, years. Warcraft 3 Reforged, 4 years later. Should have released by now, yesterday. So if you haven't seen that video, then check that out. Make sure to like it and share it and help it push it in the YouTube algorithm and show Bobby who's boss. You'll like it, trust me. There's a lot of funny stuff in it. I'm sure you'll like it. 17, that's the number, the magic number. Yeah, got a decent amount. That's alright, I can still send at least a demon. And we still got another level and a bit sort of on top of that.
Out with it. I am prepared.
I am prepared.
That's a given. I win fucking.
Heartstopper aura. Every unit affected by Heartstopper aura loses 1.5% of maximum health per second. So you can imagine the longer a fight goes on, that's pretty goosh.
Build more.
Ah, the old farms. Are we going to have enough farms for all of this? Because they might do Ascend on 16. Which means I'm probably going to end up selling some water elementals here, probably.
Build more farms.
Just to make space, yeah. 200 gold. Sell. Oh, hang on a second.
No one
What was
shall
that?
once.
Fine. Water elemental's kind of useless anyway at this point. I'm going to put a Tusker in. Just... Nah, never mind. Too late. I thought they might go 16. Just because they might know we're going to go 17 most likely. But obviously they've done sends, so they couldn't have sent too much. Right, we've got to send them, boys. Actually, I might... If I can't get the Kraken straight away, I'll send it afterwards. But it's time to get going. Get the big boys out there. These are demons. They take no prisoners. Cruel and cunning they are.
More lumber
Can't afford the
is
Kraken, but
required.
we'll do that in a moment.
Thy bidding
674.
has begun.
Yeah, all I can do is just more frigates and upgrades. Oh, that's really nice. Look at that.
Has begun.
Upgrade complete.
And I'm not going to get screwed over by the farm. So we can spend up basically almost all of our resources. It's a shame I had to sell some stuff, but to be fair, I think it worked out. Those were the right decisions. Ideally, you don't want to sell anything, because you're only getting 50% back, but I think those were the right calls.
Out with it.
Last chance to send and just whack down whatever you
That's a
can.
given. No one shall once.
I cannot summon theirs.
See, 200. Maybe send a Furbolg.
Ready to work. More lumber is required.
There we go. They're sending a Firelord and a Kudu. Demon. Firelord and Firelord. So it looks like Soap's going to have to enjoy the Demon. I've got my battleships. These do siege damage. And these guys that we're fighting have fortified armor. So should be in a pretty good spot. It's a comfortable fight for me. Nick's doing okay, but probably will fall. Looks like Soap destroyed it. Hot's hanging in there. He's got to get past the Firelord next. He actually does it. Firelord can't get past the flying wyverns. And now we have our sends, along with the flesh golems, making their way towards the king in that beautiful shockwave. Looks like the Dryad bought some time. Let's see how good shockwave does. I think this could be a bit of a problem. Team friendship is dead. The pressure is too strong. Some say that rats are the responsible for winning this. I'm not so sure myself. And there it is. The king. If he's holding the sword in the air, that means you won. Good job, team. We took it through, and we're victorious. Thanks for watching Legion TD. I put one of these out each week, and I put up other custom games and sometimes melee games too throughout the week. So daily videos typically on this channel. So consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.